Another tassel idea. Well, it's the same knot, but all you do is you just pull it back. So when we've got to the tassel here, all you do is you just, where this has been tucked through, you pull it down more so that it pulls that all back. And then these little tassels, we can shorten them so that they're small like that. And then you end up with the tassel knot like that, which I think looks really fantastic. Look at that. It sits there like that. And it's really tight up to your face. That's a little tiny version of the tassel knot. I'm going to see if I can find my silk scarf. My Iceland scarf, which looks like this, and I've got my silk scarf, which goes down to nothing. So let's save the silk scarf to last. Well, I'm going to undo this for a minute. So let's do the same thing, but this time with the Iceland scarf. We're going to start with the stripe on the inside. So your pattern needs to be facing in to your neck. We're going to get our lengths even, and we're going to do our first right over left. So everything about this knot is backwards. So there's our first right over left, and then we get a nice piece out there, and that's just a base. You never see that. What you're going to see is that. No, not that. That. But now the stripe is in the right place here, so we didn't need to twist it. Right, so we can come across here and keeping it up high, come back through the bottom, to the bottom, like we did before in my demo before. There we are, like that. Pull it down through. First tassel, that's the left tassel always, and it is revealing the stripe, which is good. And now this one will come up. I'm going to do the knot the normal way, loose-ish to start with, before we go on to doing it the other way. That's going to come down with a dark blue on that side, so we will want to give that a twist as we go through. Shouldn't be difficult. Not sure which way you would twist it, or maybe you can just leave the yeah, why don't we just open it like that. Get these two stripes going here. So there we are. I've done it with my Iceland scarf there, and that's given a massive generous knot, because it's quite a thick scarf this. It's like wool, it's something synthetic, but it's like wool. Okay, but now we're going to take our two tassels, and we're going to first of all pull this thing back from behind, where it's looped over itself. We're going to pull it back to raise the level of the knot, and then we're also going to pull these tassels back through just a little way, so that they really are just tassels. And there, look, you end up with this knot, which is really just like a crazy knot. It's just all scarf and tassels, but it's really, really chunky and amazing. So that's, look, that's how it's done like that. But as I had it before, it was more like that. But you can have the tassels shorter still, even if you're doing it that way, so that it almost looks like a mini scarf. So it's just shortening the tassels there. And I've got that nice stripe there, right down the middle. Okay, so now we're going to try, having done that, we're going to try the silk scarf and see what that looks like. You've got to bear in mind, this is genuine silk, so it does fold down to nothing. This is my in-between season scarf. So right over left, and that really is just like a cravat there. And then we're going to come over once, twice, and then feed through the back. Definitely the easiest way to do it is to grab it with your fingers like I did there. It's definitely the easy way to do it. And then there we are with what I call my lady's knot, my first knot, which gives you just the right length actually of that front piece. It almost ties like a man's tie in terms of you've got a short piece behind and a long piece in front, but you end up with a lady's kind of knot and a piece that comes just down to the waist, this, which is perfect. But anyway, that's the halfway point. Now we tuck this down for the finish. not forgetting that that also needs to go through that loop there. So we just grab that through that loop there, and we make them two tassels the same length as each other. You see this one, because it's a more lightweight, it's not actually ended up even, probably because of the thickness of the fabric changing things. So I've actually ended up with slightly uneven there, but you end up with, you see that is just a beautiful ball of fabric. I mean, that just is a beautiful knot, because the substance of the part in the middle helps to keep it out, so it doesn't ever go flat. See, doesn't matter what happens to it, it always stays nice and puffy. So that's, and it's not huge like the scarf knot. So this, if you do it with something like silk, you just end up with this beautifully shaped knot that just, look, doesn't matter what you do to it, it comes back, because you've got that big base inside, that big ball of fabric inside. So that, for a lady, I think is fantastic. And actually I quite like the two different lengths. It makes it look not too formal. It makes it, gives it a slightly casual look. It makes it look like you hand dyed it. It's not something you bought in a shop or something with a knot already in it, which someone might think, because this knot's so damn perfect. Anyway, right.